Hey world, what's going on? It's your girl Shay. You already know Shay World 618. It's a Gemini's world, and her name is Shay. Okay, today's topic is basically something I'm guaranteeing a lot of people can relate to. It's basically about favoritism in the home. Is it a thing, and what does it does to your children in their lifetime? Like later on in their life, like what happens to them when they receive the favoritism or they see favoritism. Okay, I know that I personally, offhand, I have experienced some type of favoritism, not on me, but I have witnessed some favoritism. Okay, in my father's home, the short period of time that I was there, my cousins, it's three of them, but there's only one that's being treated like royalty. Even in my own home, with the separation and when we came back together, I noticed that there was some favoritism. I know that when there is some favoritism as a child, that later on in life, when you see that the person that was treated also well and like royalty and stuff like that, it makes you feel low. It makes you feel like you was worthless. Like, honest to God, it made me feel, okay, during the time that I was, spending with my father and being around my cousins and stuff like that, it made me feel like I was kind of like the black sheep, you want to say? Like, they always tend to be the black sheep when you are being yelled at the most all the time, and you're not really getting, oh, I want cake too. No, you can't have any cake because you're already big enough, that kind of thing. Or you get you get the most spankings. I didn't, okay, because on my mama's side, my mother didn't play that. She didn't hit me. My father, I did get smacked up a couple times, but I'm not worried about that part. It's more the lines of just being treated differently. You feel it as a kid. I witnessed a 5-year-old child. He's amongst his siblings and he's just being yelled at the most. He's getting in trouble the most. I know that this child and the other children are totally different in so many ways, but when it comes to problematic situations, they're all equal, okay? But their one child always seems to get in trouble the most. It doesn't make no sense. They're all close in age, and the girl, because it's 2 boys, 1 girl, the girl happens to be the one who causes the trouble just so the person can get in trouble. I don't understand it, but the father, instead of dictating and criticizing the girl, he criticizes the boy because the boy is loudly reacting to a situation. Like, I don't know if he's trying to toughen up the boy or whatever, but the boy feels neglected and in distance and is wondering, why doesn't daddy love me the same as he does my sibling? He's only 5, so it's not like he's going to speak those words, but still, in the matter, it's like he's still looking. He can see, and he just doesn't have the proper words to say, hey, hug me like that. You love her like that. Why you don't love me like that? You can tell me all day, I love you, son. You my king, son. All day. But if you don't hug me and show me that you love me, then how would I know the difference? Because I want to be loved like that. If that's what love look like, then that's what I want. I want that over there. How does she get in trouble all the time? And she's the one who's causing some of the trouble as well. Doesn't make sense. So I brought up the topic favoritism because it seemed to be a thing. When there is favoritism, you don't know what it does to a child when they become an adult. When they become an adult, obviously, they start having resentment and start saying that, oh, my daddy didn't love me. You was a spoiled child. He treated you better than he treated the rest of us, Or is that neglect feeling where well, it's the same difference basically, where they feel isolated and they feel like the black sheep. They don't want to be around other peers and other siblings. They don't even want to be around family members. Sometimes it could be even worse, where the person actually starting killing people because, hey, they see love. They see, hey, that's what I wanted when I was a kid. I couldn't get it, so you don't deserve it. And, story goes on. You know how it is in damn high schools. But anyway, I'm just saying, favoritism is really a thing. What it does to the person who's being having the most favoritism, you don't know what it's doing to that child later on in life. Now, I know this not off of my own personal experience. Again, I'm the only child on my mother's side, so I don't know this offhand per se, but I have witnessed this to another family. Now, there's brothers, and he has a sister too, but she doesn't count. There's brothers, okay? The brother was favorited, like they just made him the favorite child, throughout his life. And even with the father the same way, treated him like, he was like the better child, like he was getting good grades or something like that. Oh, it's okay, he'll be all right, he'll get it next time, oh, he can stay at my house. Mind you, he's the laziest kid. He's not necessarily disrespectful, but he's like the go-to child, but doesn't really do shit. However, the other child became rebellious off of that because of the love that he didn't get. Okay, now what happened to the child that became favorite of the siblings? He don't have anything today. He don't have a home. He doesn't have money. He barely have a girlfriend. He has children, but he also neglects them as well. And I'm not trying to put nobody out there, because that's why I'm not saying no names. But this person who was favorite now feels entitled to be treated a certain kind of way. Now he's in jail, and he feels like everybody's supposed to drop what they're doing and rescue him, pay his bill, make sure he got commissary, make sure they answer the phone, make sure they give him 5 minutes, 10 minutes of time while he's on the phone. Like, who the hell are you? You are what, 40 years old, talking that stupid shit? Like somebody supposed to do something for you? When you spoil a child like that, when you spoil your children, and you become, and they become like the favorite child, you are enabling them. You're helping them to be helpless when they become an adult. And the opposite, when you don't give the other child love, what happens to them? They either resent you for life, or they boss up, and then they say, "Oh, I'm never going to treat my children like that," or they can inherit the behavior and treat their children just like that. Hey, this is how I was treated. I'm going to treat my child just the same way. Because it's embedded, and they don't even realize that they're doing it. They're just doing it. So what I'm saying is, like, favoritism is really a bad thing in a home. Okay? And I brought up my home because I am a suspect. Okay? I have 2 girls, 1 son. Now, right before I had my children, I always said I wanted a son. Okay, so you should see where it's going. My son, he get the most. Okay, he's the youngest. He's my boy. I always wanted a son. I always wanted to adore a son, and I just happened to get 2 girls. Now my oldest, she was in between. Like, she was a boy and a girl. Not saying she's gay or anything like that. It's just that I would always dress up like pretty little pink and stuff, purple and all of that. She was spoiled minded or whatever growing up. So when she did get a sister, she kind of like bullied her sister, So she was the boy and the girl. So when I finally got my boy, it was like, oh my gosh, I finally got a boy. And I cherished my boy more so than I did my girls. And people used to be like, why are you always like chastising the girls more than you do the boys? And I was like, honestly, mentally, off of my own experience with life, I choose to do that because I don't want my girls out there living the life that I was. I don't want them being fast and doing the things that I was doing. Of course, I'm going to be on their ass. Not saying I'm whooping their ass and beating them to death and shit. It's none of that. It's just more of the lines. You need to clean up. You need a job. You need to do this. Because while I'm teaching them how to be independent, Don't depend on your mother. Don't do that. I tell my kids all the time, do not depend on your mother. However, my son has this dependency. He depends on me too much. And I guess it's because I spoiled him too much. Holding him when he was a baby, not really letting him sleep, always just like loving on him, giving him hugs, and it's sad because I will tell my son I love him faster and more. Not like I'm saying I love you more than the girls. It's not like that. It's just I will tell him faster and I'll give him more love than I ever did to my girls. And it really kind of sickens me a little bit just talking about it and thinking about it. But honestly, that is what has happened in my household. Okay? When separated, like, from my kid's father. Like, I honestly chose, not to say like that, but that sounds so bad. I choose my son before my girls. And I don't know why is that. I know I'm lying. I do know why. It's like having, I give you love and, honor, respect, and I respect it in return. But you know what I get? See, when I chastise the girls, they didn't disrespect me. But when I baby my son, he talked back. Isn't that something? When you show favoritism to a child, that child later becomes the problem. Like I was talking about the two men, the brothers. The oldest brother, he was favoritized. I don't know how you say it, favoritized. He was shown favoritism from their lifetime and got chains and jewelry. He was the one that they got him dolled up, and the younger brother was the second hand. He got like the second hand time, the second hand jewelry, second hand clothes, second hand treatment. He was the black sheep of his family. Okay, so when the older brother, which was the favorite one, when he grew up, he's now feeling entitled and very, very disrespectful with his mouth. Meanwhile, the rebellious child grew up and no longer is rebellious, but now he keep his family at a certain level. He forgives, but he keeps them at a certain level, and he doesn't play them too close. If you understand what I'm saying. Like, he is, I want to say, he resents his father for treating him the way he did, and his grandmother for doing the same thing. Because when he was younger, she'll put him in the room and have fun with the other kids. And that was so fucked up. That story I heard. And then when he get older, he become rebellious, always go to jail, yada, 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 come home, he's a father, he's this. Now he's being praised and stuff. But the tables turn now, the oldest one, he's in jail, and he think everybody's supposed to drop a dime and just give him whatever the hell he please. Supposed to stay on somebody's couch whenever he feel like it, not pay no rent or no nothing. Meanwhile, the rebellious child, he got his own place and everything, own income, all that. See, it changes a person's mindset. So I have to work on my parenting skills when it comes to my kids. Because, like, my daughters, they love me. They know I love them. And they know how much I struggle to keep, them afloat. Even though my oldest, she's doing her own thing. And I'm proud of her. She left at 17. And she don't have no plans to come back to me. Okay, amen. But at the same token, I still got to be a mother to her no matter what. I got to still open the doors whenever she needs me, as long as she knows how to be independent. And at this point, she's very independent. My daughter, my middle child, she's very independent. She started working, she was 14. So she know how to make her own coin. She can start up and go to school by herself, to and from, without me holding her hand. However, my youngest boy, I still feel like I have to coddle him. I still have to hold his hand and make sure he gets to 2. And, he's still only 5. I feel like I have to, do the most when it comes to him. But yet he's being very, very disrespectful. So when it comes to favoritism, I really think like we all should work on that. Okay, like I said, I witnessed 2 kids in age. There's 3 of them, but it's 2 of them that's really close in age. They're 6 months apart. Don't ask me. 6 months apart, and the girl gets more treatment than the boy, and because of that, it's like it draws questions. It really does. It draws questions. You don't see this girl actually like deliberately doing shit. Like she'll step on his feet just so he can make a noise, just so the father can yell at him. It's really crazy. It's crazy. However, the boy ain't innocent either, because every time she do something, he goes back and tell. The only problem with that is instead of the father acknowledging what she's doing, he goes and yells at him. It's like he can't win no matter what. It's like, all right, you telling on him and this and that, blah, blah, blah. N-word. What the heck is that? I don't know. I don't know what that is, but it drove me crazy seeing it. But the fact of the matter is, when she get older, she's going to feel so entitled and feel like she can just do whatever she wants. Okay, my father gonna do it. My father gonna handle it. He get older and older. My father this, my father that, my father this. So my father. And the minute that she don't get something, here she go acting like a little big brat baby and stuff. And then the boy, it can go into multiple ways. He can hate his father, or he can take heed to what his father is doing and get strong with it and become independent and choose not to be like his father, or he can inherit what his father is doing and it'll be just a repeated damn cycle. I don't know. All I know is I know I have to work on me and my parenting skills, and that's always been a trigger for me. Nobody can talk to my parents' skills, because at the end of the day, I feel like everybody has a choice, you know. That's what abortions is for. I don't believe in abortions. I chose to have my children. Okay. So I'm still learning as I go, because I have my children young, not to make excuses and justify the things that I'm doing. There is no real manual, as they say. There's no real manual to parents, and I'm still learning. But I realized and noticed when my girls had a voice and they spoke up about, you know, hey, why Terrell get this and that, you know, because for past 4 or 5 Christmases, Terrell. And not to say that they didn't get anything, because they did. It's just it's not as much as when they was younger. I feel y'all getting older now. Y'all got jobs. Y'all doing your own thing. Why would I go out for y'all that much when he is still little? I don't have it like that to make it equate. You know, I just feel as though as a mom, you got to do what you got to do. And for me, I just was struggling with my parenting skills, you know. I'm still at the point in my life where I have children and I'm an on-demand mom. One minute I'm like, I want to be 100%. I want to be 100% mother. I want to be there so I can learn my kids all over again, you know, because my daughter, like I said in my last one, she is honestly, she's a beautiful young lady, and this is my middle child, but she's on the phone all day, every day now. Nowadays, before it used to be grades, A's, B's. Shit, I think 1 C ever in her life since before the pandemic. And then ever since the pandemic, you know, I believe almost all the kids got a little lazy, but things shifted and changed. Now she's on the phone all the time, talking to all her little buddies that be on it, on the little gaming site and stuff like that. And then she's putting her homework to the side. I go to mention it, and now she's gonna give me what you call it? Oh, I'm gonna do it later with the nice little smile and stuff like that, you know. And I'm like, well, had I been on her more like I used to, because this is not that I'm doing it now. Like, I'm not chastising my kids, my girls now. It used to be a lot back then. I changed a lot. But it's like, had I been chastising her, she would have been on it. She would have been doing her damn thing. Terrell, please. It's not funny. Terrell get away with... Listen, Terrell, he got a funny way of doing things. He just have a funny way of saying and doing things, and I just be letting it go, because I'll laugh with him. It's like they say, don't be your children's friend, and I'm not trying to be my child's friend. It's just the point of Terrell is my baby. I don't know how to put it. That's my baby boy, but I gotta nip it in the bud because he's 5 turning 6, and if I don't nip it in the bud now, he's gonna get to the point where he feel like he can yell in my face and I'm gonna knock his little ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna have to knock his ass out. I'm serious, but I don't want it to get nowhere near that point because, like I said, he's already talking back, but it's a certain way he does it, so I laugh at it. Like, How you lucky you small? Because he a little midget, a little skinny little midget, and he's so damn short. So I still look at him like a little toddler. I don't look at him like, oh, my baby about to be 6 years old. Like, oh my goodness. Because he don't have the height. The height is not matching the age, if you get what I'm saying. So I still look at him like my little baby. So he's very spoiled minded. He got all this Spider-Man stuff. Listen, let me tell you, with him, I could almost go broke for. Like, that's how much I put him first. With my girls, because they're independent, that's how I view them as independent. I don't need to put in too much work because they're gonna pay for their own shit anyway. They're gonna do their own thing anyway. And I think I should start implementing some of that independent mindset into my son, so that way he'll be the same way. That way everybody fall in line. Hey, now you gone, Kaiji gone, he gonna be gone too. I don't need him to be staying in my house past 22, 21, 20. Okay, I don't need him staying in my house past that and thinking he can come back. No, once you're out, you're out. That's it. I'm gonna always have my doors open, but don't think like just because it's open you can keep running it back and forth. No, you cannot. So, what I say, with all of this, I'm saying about favoritism, be careful of how you treat your children, because it will really mess them up later on in life. And like I said, with this little boy and his sister, I see how he look at his father. When his father hugs his daughter, his sister, whatever you want to call it, it makes him feel lonely. It makes him feel so distant and stuff. And I never thought that that's what I was doing with my girls, because they're a lot older. You know, I never really shown that much, affection. I gave them when they was tiny, but not when they got older. When they got older, it's less hugs, less I love you. You know, I'm checking on you. I'm making sure, hey, when you go to your friend's house, I need to meet the moms. I need to, know to get their address. I need the phone number. I'm on that type of time with my girls. Like, well, my girls rather, because my daughter, she's gone. But I'm more on that time. I'm a lot looser. I used to be very, very strict, but they couldn't even go out the damn door. So I don't know how I'm going to be with Terrell when he gets a little older. Like, am I going to have him stay stuck in the house, or am I going to let him be free and loose on the street? And that's a whole nother story too, because when you let them be too free in the street and they get into things that they ain't supposed to goddamn do, then you got motherfucker in jail. Oh my goodness. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But in the meantime, let's talk about favoritism. Do you think that favoritism does a significant amount of change in a person's mental health later on in life? Meaning, like, if they was to see favoritism in amongst the siblings, the cousins, or whatever in the family, does it change their outcome in life? Do they resent the family? Do they feel neglected? Do they feel like they are the black sheep and then it turns into rage? Or do they think you think they inherit it? Or do you think they just boss up and just become independent and just be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm good on the family members, because they ain't do shit for me type shit? I mean, I don't know. It can go a whole lot of ways. Like, a lot of people can be tormented by it. Like, they feel so damn lonely and neglected to the point they want to kill everybody. There's a lot of trauma in it, in my own opinion. I've seen a lot of things in my lifetime because of the dog and favoritism and stuff, to the point that then twin brothers, one killed the other, and that's a whole different type of topic right there. That happened in my hometown. He was so jealous of his twin brother. I don't understand it. Same sign, same face, like identical, same everything, but you sit there and you kill your brother because you felt like he was getting more attention than you. I don't know. That's really weird. But it changes things. But how do you feel about it? Do you feel like it significantly changed the mental health of a child that turns into an adult when they see favoritism in their home? Or do you feel like having favoritism, that you are a victim of the favoritism, Do you feel as though that you are now entitled to things that you feel like you deserve? Like you deserve time, you deserve attention, you deserve nice things, materialistic things. You deserve people to honor you and respect you and give you all of things of the world. Like, do you feel like at the end of the day, without doing that women and men empowerment stuff to give you self-esteem and boost you up, do you feel like it's naturally done? Like you're entitled for that type of stuff? Like you just deserve that no matter what, whether you're doing good or not, you just automatically deserve it. Like, I'm just saying, because sometimes when people feel entitled, they tend to steal. They steal money, they steal time, they steal attention, they steal your man, they steal gifts, they steal, okay? Just because they're so spoiled mindset, they feel like they deserve the world. They deserve every fucking thing, okay? Let's talk about it here. We gotta be careful, be mindful that you gotta at least treat them at least 50 or 40, 60. Show them in between. I have different relationships with my children, different ages, different signs, different genders. So it kind of plays its course. Like I said, my girls is independent because I chastise them so much. I'm like, listen, don't depend on the man. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. Oh, what? You did what in school? Yeah. My son, nope, since daycare. I promise you. I kid you not. And not saying he ain't getting a little whooping. It takes time. It takes a build-up for him to get a little whooping. But honest to God, since daycare, okay, since he was 2, he's been bad. And I'm surprised they gave him a suspension, a 1-day suspension in daycare because he bit another child. I thought he was, I ain't trying to be funny. I thought it was a little something, a little arty, a little autistic. Sorry if that offends anybody. But seriously, I thought something was really, I don't know. But since daycare, he's been doing bad things. Like, he's bad. He's always getting bad notes. And I need it to stop right here. He's in kindergarten. He'll be in first grade next year. I might have to repeat it because he's so behind. See, and that's even more bad because I chastised the girls and they got A's, honey. They was getting A's, B's. My oldest, okay, she was getting B's and C's. But my middle child, she was getting A's and like some B's and 1 C. Like, she was doing her thing. She's been in honorable mentions for a while. I mean, until the pandemic, but whatever. The point is, with my son, because I spoil him so much, it's like he don't give a damn. He just gonna do what he wants. So I need to nip that in the bud. Follow me on Facebook at Shay Crypto Williams or Janet Williams, which is my regular page. Shay World 618 is my business page. Go to Shay World 618 on IG, Shay _World 618 or Shay.World 618. Leave your comments there or answer the poll on Spotify. I would love to hear your opinion on what I was talking about today. If I sound a little off, just please give me your opinion. If you understood or didn't understand what I was saying today, and if you feel like I need to do something else, leave a suggestion. I have an inbox that's free. Just don't disrespect because I will block you. Have a great day, y'all. Enjoy your Monday.